Okay, my speech will start in 3, 2, 1. Good morning, respected to for the adjudicator, fellow the debater, and everyone who watching. I stand for the opposition to firmly reject today's motion. In past conflict states, I believe that history textbook should focus on teaching bottom-up historiography rather than a top-down historiography. I, on opposition, believe that exact opposition, the primary focus, must remain in the top-down historiography, while bottom-up story, however valuable, should serve only as a supporting tool, not the main lens. Now, before I begin my case, let me make a few things clear. We accept that definition laid out by the government. I agree that history texts are important than the state. Ideally wants to reunite the people after a conflict. That's not in dispute, but the question today is which historical approach better get us there stability, unity, and better leader. We say it is top-down history is uniquely suited to teach accountability and good governance. And third, by demonstrating that in the real resource starved world of past conflict, states top-down is simply the one and only practicable path forward. But first, let me respond to the government opening argument because there cases several serious weaknesses. Sorry. First, argument claim that bottom-up history is more relatable because it talks about ordinary people like our grandpa or village soldier. They said this will build nationalism, but think about this first. After a civil war, our society is fractured. Different communities have different grandpa who fought on different sides, with completely different memories of war, of who, sorry, different memory of who suffered more. If our if your textbook focus on all the small competing grassroots stories, what happened? You do not get a shared identity. You get a classroom debate about which grandpa deserves more recognition. That's not unity. That's opening one. A post-conflict nation doesn't need, sorry, a post-conflict nation does need 500 fragment stories of a pine. It needs one story that everyone can look and say, that's our hero. That's our turning point. Top-down history by focusing on of unity national figure like a founding father or pacemaker rise above ethnic and regional split. So, on their own metric of social cohesion, governmental files bottom up divides more than it's united. 2. Government side bottom-up history give validation to ordinary people who were ignorant. But, friend, a history textbook is not a therapy room. Its job is to explain why things happen, not heal feeling. The right place to honor your grandpa sacrifice is a monument or a real national holiday, not a school book. If we can sorry, it makes learn only to tell like a victim. Top-down history show how later and the suffering and rebuild the country that give a better lesson about a moving forward. Third, they say bottom-up prevent identity politics because it is complex and balanced. I say the opposite when you give each community its own deleted story. You are putting people in spirited box. This farmer truth and this trader truth. In case they belong to team A or team B. That is exactly how identity politics are go. Top-down story give one shared national timeline. It does not fewer people into group. It gives everyone the same basic story, which makes it harder for the political letter. And now I move to our positive case. I have three simple arguments why top bottom his story must stay the mind get focused. First, after our country is left a broken place, you don't lock a glue it back by showing every small face's individual shape. You glue it back by a strong center. Top-down story give that center when every year learn about one great pacemaker on one key monument like Independence Declaration in Aceh and student in Papua learn the same hero story. That someone create we not use and them. Bottom up will give our Aceh one story and Papua student another story. That is not unity, that is separation. What happened? Cause later make a bad choice. If we want to stop the future war, students must learn what the bad leadership is look like. Top-down story show exactly what later decides and what happened because bottom-up focus on ordinary people daily life, which is his later mistake. Sorry. To create carefully citizen, we must teach clear cause and effect from the top. And the third, the least, past conflict are poor and hungry. Reaching bottom up story take long, and you must collect the thousands of local stories, check them and argue about. Sorry, I repeat it again. Check them and argue about them while the country is still healing. Top-down story uses existing archive and official records. You can make one textbook for one nation quickly and cheaply. Fast and durable is better than slow and impossible. And with all that, I can say that the government bottom-up approaches same one and can put it actually divides people into a group and make them tell like a victim, and it's almost impossible. Our top-down approach gives one set national story, teaches young to hold the hills, and hills is from one common story, not 1,000 small ones. That's why I'm proud to be a opposition, and with that I raise my case. Thank you everyone.